for me, the interest I really had in law school was helping people and figuring out which route I wanted to go to do that. Ultimately, I landed kind of in the area of both prosecution and doing defense work in the criminal area, and practiced that in Rochester area for nearly 10, 12 years now. But the idea behind it was to be able to help people, and certainly I found that in the criminal area anyway, helping people through that kind of dark time of when they are charged with things and hopefully having them leave your office in much better shape than when they came in has been very rewarding. When it comes to criminal law, you want a person I think is experienced not only in maybe doing both criminal defense, perhaps they've had some prosecution experience as well. Maybe they've worked for a judge as far as a law clerk. Those things I think are important, but most importantly is the idea of how long have you been doing this? How many trials have you tried? How many cases have you dealt with that are similar to mine? I think those are the main questions you need to be asking someone when you sit down and talk to them about whether or not they're the right fit for you for representation. Because you need to make sure that they're willing to go to bat with you and that they have the experience to be effective when they go to bat for you. Part of your job as an attorney is to be able to provide the advice that's necessary. Sometimes that is not always the advice that a client wants to hear, and usually, quite frankly, I will tell clients that at my first meeting. My job is to counsel you. My job is not necessarily to always give you the information that you want to hear, but the information that you have to hear. And there's a process by which you do that. I mean, there's trust that's got to be built up by the client towards the attorney and the attorney towards the client in order to get to that point. But I think in a lot of cases, I sometimes think that attorneys may tell clients what they want to hear rather than what they have to hear. And ultimately, that conversation is going to have to take place at some point during representation. Best to lay the groundwork for it up front, which makes it a lot easier for the client to understand, listen, Zach told me this when we met first, that these would be some of the tough decisions we're going to have to make, and now we're in a better position to deal with those decisions. The ability to be able to walk into a courtroom with somebody that we would believe is innocent, to sit down and be able to talk to 6 or 12 people that are your jurors, and ultimately for them to agree with you and the client and all the release of emotion that typically happens at that point, those are memories that I'm going to cherish 20 years from now. But the everyday scenario of a person walking into your office and say, or seeing them on the streets in Rochester and so forth, and be able to say, thanks. The simple thank you of, you understand where they were in their life when they came into your office, and now seeing them be successful now. Those are things that you really cherish. Those things that you're very appreciative of because you made an impact.